everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and as you know, I so dearly love cats. Okay, that might not be 100% accurate, but you know what is 100% accurate? There's a lot of games about cats. And today I'm taking a look at 6 of them. So 6 games about cats. Not all shockingly good, but you know what? Some of them are. So let's take a look at each of them. Here we have Cat Days, also its companions, Wolf Days and Dino Days. These are all the exact same game, and they are about putting cats in front of you that score a lot of points, or Wolf Days or Dino Days, blah, blah, blah. Here's how it plays. This isn't going to be that hard to go over the rules because these are the rules. You get the 7-week cards in front of you, and you get 2 per box. So if you want to play with more than 2 players, you have to play with more than 2 boxes. Anyway, the rules are play, word of the player, draw a card or play a card. And if anyone's week is full, you count them up. So, for example, I might have a bored cat. A bored cat says play Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I'll put him on Monday. Then I have a feral cat. Play on any day, on any board, and scare off any cats in adjacent spaces. Okay, I'll put him here on Friday. Here's a cat toy. I can just play this as swap any cat with a cat on the same day. So someone else who had a curious cat puts him on Friday and takes my feral cat. And that is the game. Sleepy cats and fluffy cats and cat trees, rescue cat. Some you can play on any day on the board. Some you can go next to other cats and you'll see their numbers. Here's a grumpy cat. You just put them on top of another board. There's a nervous cat. Play on any day on your own board, but not adjacent to any cat when you first play it. And that's it. That's the game. When someone's full of cats, you add them all up, and whoever has the most points, these little paws at the top, is the winner. Okay, so I will say this is done for Far Place Animal Rescue Charity. They produced that. And for that reason, I'm not giving it a 1. I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. These are terrible. And I'm really disappointed by this because, yes, it's for a charity, but put some effort into it. Like minor things here. For example, if there's a cat that's worth 1 point, and it can go on any day of the week, but a cat that's 2 points can only go on 6 of the days, and so on and so forth. That would make sense, but there's not. There's cats that are worth a lot of points, and they can go anywhere. That's mind-boggling to me that there's no, like, mitigation, and there's just cards that let you take cards from other people. There's no strategy. This is just a take that game. The art isn't even that great on this. This is a big, huge flop as a game. If it raised money for the cats, that's great, but I can't really recommend these games at all. Sleepy Cats is a speed game, which is really weird, right? Like, quick, play the Sleepy Cats as fast as you can. This is a matching game where you're going to match cards as fast as you can. I've already said that because I'm trying to explain the game to you. Here, let me show you. In this game, each player is going to have their own deck of cards with cats. You'll all start with one of these cards from your deck on the board, connect it. And then you say go. And what you're going to do is you're going to turn over a card, and you need to put it down next to a matching cat. However, you can't match a card that has your same color. See this? That's the yarn. I can't put it here. That's illegal. I can put it here, though, because those match. Apparently, I only have to match one of them. But you got to watch all the cards that you're next to. Meanwhile, this person says, I'll put one here. They match both sides. Convenient. You're going to keep doing that until one person gets through all the cards in their deck. They win. Although you will first check again to make sure their cards match another card and that they have not put 2 of their cards next to each other. And that person wins. I mean, it's just a speed game. You're just playing cards as fast as you possibly can. I don't know. What am I supposed to say here? The thing is, you're trying to match the cats, which isn't hard, but you're trying not to match your own color or that little symbol that's in the middle of the card, and that is trickier. But you know what? This game outstays its welcome after 1 play. I can't really recommend buying it, so it's not awful, I guess, but I don't like it. 5 out of 10. Sleepy Cats. This I think, came with, it's like a small you can carry in your pocket, so there's that, but not good enough. Yummy Kitty. Now, I was really confused when I first read the name of this game because I was like, is this about eating cats? No, and it's about cats eating. You're luring them with their food. So, okay, in this game, you can't see the front of your cards, only the back. But since the back, let me show you. In this game, you have a deck of cards, and these cards have food or toys or yarn or whatever on the back of them. And on the front of them, you're going to have various cats. You're trying to collect these cats because at the end of the game, they're going to score you points. Like whoever has the most of these cats will get 7. This cat's just worth 2 points when you get it. If you have 5 of these cats, they're worth 11 points. And that's basically what you're trying to do. When you get a hand of cards, you're going to hold them so you don't see the cats in your hand, you only see the food. You'll see everyone else's hands, and so you have a few actions you can do in your turn. You can draw cards. You can draw 2 cards or 3 if you have no cards in your hand from the draw pile, although you have to be careful because if you ever see the mouse, everyone has to discard a card. You can buy a card from someone else's hand. So this card costs 2 food. I simply pay 2 food. You don't get any change. I take that card from that player, and then we put this card in front of them. No one else can take a card from them until this card moves away from them, which means someone else has a card taken from them. And that's it. You're just going to keep doing that. There's a few rules, as like when a black cat shows up, cats are going to be scared away, although not all the cats are. And there's also a little dog variant that you can play where you can add some cute little dogs into the mix. But that is the game. This is another 5 out of 10 for me because there's just not a lot in this game to really recommend it. First of all, there's some random stuff that makes your cats go away, but you are spending food in your hand to buy cats. So that's interesting. You look around at the cats and I'll be like, oh, I want that one. It's worth points. I need this food, so I'll spend these cats. And so people are going to spend food from their hand of cats you want it, but they don't know because who knows, to buy a cat from your hand, which was some food that you wanted. And then no one can do that again except someone can take food from John and now it comes back and you're stealing from me again. I wanted to like this more, but it doesn't feel like there's any terrific strategy in this. I don't think it's a terrible game, but I also don't think it's particularly good either. So another 5 out of 10, just not very great. Yummy kitty. Hissy Fit is a cooperative game in which you are trying to get your cat into its carrier so you can take it to the vet. And the cat is having none of that. Let me show you. You're going to have a row of human cards. You have some cat cards. Down here, you're going to have a cat mode. You can play in kitten, which is a short route here. Then cat mode, which is normal. And then there's also fierce mode and feral mode. Yeah, forget that. Anyhow, you're going to keep track of your scratches down here at the bottom. And if you get too many scratches, you'll lose the game. Also, you're going to occasionally put tokens on these cards here, and when you get 3 of these, your cat has a Hissy Fit, and bad things will happen. And then if you turn over the 3rd one of these cards, that will also end the game poorly. How do you win? Get the cat into the carrier. Now, on a player's turn, so players are going to you're going to turn over a cat card, and then continuing effects are going to happen. So this one, for example, says you can't move the cat forward. So until I get rid of that, I'm in trouble. This also says no combos. Now, what players are going to do is they're going to be drawing and playing human cards. So many times they're going to show the different cat moods, angry, sneaky, or stubborn. This is a stubborn cat, but if I play this ball of yarn, you'll notice I can put 2 tokens on this, which will get rid of that card. You also, if there is no combo card played, you can play multiple cards, you and other players, as long as they have the same symbol. These walls have that little mouse symbol. So I could play these to put 4 on this, which would get rid of that. And then, hey, look, now I can move the cat forward 1. That's the whole point. And human cards can also get rid of scratches and other things. But the problem is you're going to be constantly turning over these cards. Sometimes they cause a scratch like that. And sometimes they're going to cause a scratch every turn till you get rid of this sneak attack. And that's pretty much the game. You're just going to keep turning over a cat card at the beginning of your turn. You're going to do something on your turn. You have 2 actions, which is draw a human card or play a human card. You can even draw 3 human cards as both of your actions. And eventually get that cat in the carrier or get scratched up or have too many Hissy Fits. And at that point, you get rid of your cat and buy a dog. Seriously. I really like this theme. I mean, it makes me glad I don't own a cat. Because if I want to take my dog to the vet, I'm like, hey, dog, you want to go to the vet? And dog's like, yes! And jumps in the car happily. Anyway, but you know what? I like the art in this game. I really enjoy the theme. And this is a small cooperative game. Most cooperative games these days are big and large and grandiose. But this one is just a little one. It promotes cooperation. Hey, we can work together to play cards in combos because that's the best way to do it. If I use both actions to draw 3 cards, you use both actions to draw 3 cards, bad things are happening, but now we can start playing combos. It's not particularly that easy, but you can do it, and so many times the game has come down to the wire. The cards make thematic sense. The cat is being annoying. The cat is trying to scratch you. You're trying not to get scratched. You're trying to heal up the scratches. You're trying to just get that cat to move for please get into that thing. Come on, cat. I like it. It's short, 20 minutes. It's a nice little game. This is a 7 out of 10 for me. Hissy Fit. House of Cats. This is from Aporta Games. And Aporta Games makes a lot of Smurf and Write games, the roll and write genre. And so this one here, which is done by some pretty well-known designers, William Attia and Christian Osby, is about rolling dice and then using those dice to activate special abilities and build rooms. Let me show you. At the beginning of the game, you're going to draw some random tiles, and players are going to write them down here next to the board. And then each round of the game, you're going to roll some dice, and which is going to be numbers and possibly a cat or a mouse. You'll pick 3 of those. So let's say, for example, I pick 3, 5, and 4. I have to write all the numbers next to each other. So I do that, then I roll again here. Now I got 4, 4, 5, 5. I'll write the 4, 4, and a 5 here. I now have 4 4s next to each other, so I draw them in and make a room of 4. Now this is going to do some things for me here. I'm going to get this special ability here, the 2 turning into a 5. So I can put a 2 instead of a 5, or a 5 instead of a 2. You'll keep doing this until the game ends when someone fills in all the squares. You're going to lose a point for each spot you don't fill in. Mice and cats are going to score differently depending on the different room that you're playing in. There are 4 different rooms. This is level 1. Here's level 4, which is actually a pretty small area, but you'll add more spots to it whenever you build rooms. Level 3, where you're trying to get stuff in the same color. Mice will give you cheese, which are points. Cats score down here at the bottom. And again, they score differently. Each room is going to give you points, 1, 3, 5, or 7 here, based on the number of those rooms that you've built. And there might be some other scoring things, again, based on the level that you're playing. And whoever has the most points is the winner. Okay, the cover here is nice, and the drawing of the rooms is nice. I don't particularly like drawing in a roll and write game. You know, when there's a game that, you know, I'm writing numbers down and suddenly I have to draw a little mouse and draw a little cat. I don't love that myself, but I can see a lot of people enjoying that aspect of this game. What makes this game interesting is, first of all, it's pretty easy. You're just putting groups down on the board. Secondly, when you get those rooms, you activate special abilities and you're scoring points. The special abilities aren't particularly powerful, which I'm okay with, because otherwise this game would snowball into I've won because I just put my stuff out better than you, and because I've done well, it helps me to do more well. They're good special abilities. There's 4 levels. Each level feels different. This is a solidly nice roll and write game. I wouldn't say that it's fantastic. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I do wonder in a couple of years I'll forget about it. I mean, it has cats in it and mice, but the theming there doesn't really matter. It's not really about cats and mice, but it's interesting. It plays pretty quickly. It says 15 minutes in the box. I think it might be a smidge longer than that, but that's not much time at all. So it's an enjoyable game to play. House of Cats. Way too many cats. I am confused. Why is there more than 1 cat in this cover? But I digress. So this game here from Weird Giraffe Games is a tile placement game, but you're drafting tiles and you're drafting kittens and cat toys. Let me show you. So there's 2 things to note about this game. One is the cats in this game are going to score in so many different ways. And 2 is how you get these cats. So we'll start with how you get them. On your turn, you are going to take one of these groups of tokens. There's always going to be a smallest group and a largest group, because when you're done, whatever group of tokens you take, you'll replace one. So for example, if I take these 2 tokens here, I then add 1 token to each group out there. So there's always going to be a smallest, a middle, and a largest. If you take the smallest group of tokens, you can take 2 cards from the face-up cats. If you take the middle group, you take 1. And if you take the largest group, you get the cat on the rightmost side. That's it. So after you've taken this stuff, you're going to be placing cats here. And cats are going to score points. So like, for example, this cat's going to score 5 points if it's put in one of those 2 specific spots. Well, that's super convenient. You can see this one here is going to give 2 points if it's in the bottom row. Also convenient. This one is going to lose 2 points for me unless it has this toy. However, anytime I get a toy, I can put it on a cat if I want to. And some cats aren't going to be scoring much at all, except every cat is a specific type, and each type is going to score differently at the end of the game. Your starter cat, like this one's going to score 2 for every cat with a ball of yarn, so I'm doing pretty good there. This each ball of yarn cat scores you 2 points. Each cat with a paw gives you a point for each different adjacent cat or kitten type next to it. The fish gives you 2 points for each adjacent cat or kitten type that's a ball of yarn. And then the feather cats will score for groups that are out there. Now there's a lot more than this, but I want to talk about getting these kitten tokens. As you get kitten tokens, you can organize them over here. There are 7 different types of kittens, and at the end of the game, if you get 4 of the same type, you'll get 8 points. And if you get 1 of each type, you'll get 15 points. Now, kittens can be part of this group or that group, so you have to choose whether you're going to go for groups of the same or groups of different. And also, any kitten that's not part of a group is going to lose 2 points. You can also discard 3 toys to start a kitten habitat, which basically says I can put 4 kittens here in the board, which can help me not lose points for them, and they might even give points to some adjacent cats based on scoring mechanisms. This is going to keep going until people's boards are full because you're taking cards. And at that point, you're going to score up in the way I told you. There is a ton of different cats and different ways to score. Some score with toys. Some don't score unless they have toys. Some, like I said, score in different spots. There's all kinds of cats. Whoever has the most points is the winner. A little scoring sheet is here to help you out. This game is a joy to play. I really like the drafting up there. The drafting, which is take a pile of those tokens. And sometimes I'm like, I really want 2 cats because those cats are going to help and score a lot of points. And then I get 1 token. Not only do I get 1 token, I took the smallest group of tokens, but I'm going to set you up to take a bigger group of tokens. And yet, even though that's an interesting thing, it's made even more interesting by the fact that the kitten tokens can be worth negative points if you get too many of them. And you're trying to get kittens and toys and the groups of kittens that go into tiles. Now, if there's one negative about the game, there is a lot of scoring. All these different things score. I mean, you have that score pad to go through everything, but I'm not 100% sure that everyone's going to remember how everything scores. And yet, I found it to be just a delightful game to play. Now, the cute artwork doesn't hurt. I mean, this artwork's all through the game with the cats and everything. And when you're done, you have a nice array of cats and kittens. And it feels good to get all those cats and kittens. But also, the scoring. In fact, this is one of those games where scoring is going to take a bit, and you'll be like, okay, score, score, score. And I like that it's not, I don't know where to put a cat. It's like, wow, I have so many places to do cats, so many things to get. It doesn't play very long. It says 45 to 60 minutes on the box. I think that's actually too long. It's probably closer to 30 to 45 minutes, and it's easy for a group of people to play because turns are pretty quick. Once you take your stuff you draft, you're going to figure out where you put it. This is probably Weird Giraffe's best game that I played from them. I like it a lot. I give it an 8 out of 10. You know what? After playing all these cat games, I've decided I'm going to get a cat. Probably not. Even if I wanted a cat, my wife said no. I would get a perpetual kitten. Okay, I'm getting off topic here. Some good, some bad. Way too many cats, particularly is going in the Dice Tower library. So if you like cats, though, you're in luck because these are 6 cat games and there are many, many more. Which of these do you like best? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching the Dice Tower. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another video from the Dice Tower. Hey, you want to learn more about us, communicate with us? We have a Facebook group, we have a Discord channel, lots of different ways to get involved with the Dice Tower. You can find that in our Linktree link below. So just click that, it will take you and you can communicate with us on Facebook, join our Facebook groups. There's lots of cool things that you can find and become part of the Dice Tower. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Tom Vasel.